So this presentation is a continuation of slideshow 3 for Analyse and Present Research, and we're continuing on with the terms and tools used in research with the glossary. So there's qualitative research. This type of research includes conducting interviews, reading documents and observations of participants to learn about people and their behaviour. It is generally more in-depth than quantitative research and therefore takes more time and is more difficult to analyse. Another term that's used is questionnaires. When designing a questionnaire, it's important to consider who will be the target audience. Will it be young people? Will it be the elderly? Will it be mums and dads? How many respondents are needed? So is it going to be a fast sample of 100 people, or are you going to do 1,000 in a neighbourhood? How will the results be analysed? Will you be tabulating them in a table? Will you be having a brainstorming session? So how are you going to look at the results once you get them? And what's the best method of conducting the questionnaire? So over the phone, or by internet, or face-to-face? So the next slide talks about methods of data analysis. And a definition is analysis is a study to understand the outcomes of the research project. It can help you see whether your study delivered the research objectives successfully. So for example, you decide to survey your customers in the cafe to find out whether the opening hours are adequate and the price is reasonable. If a large enough sample is taken and you carefully analyse the results, you should be able to gauge if your cafe is competing in the marketplace successfully. So analysing quantitative research. As results from quantitative research are numeric, analysing them is usually quite simple. So you have your research objectives, and for example, you might say, let's find out how many staff members in the company haven't completed their work health and safety training. The way you would research that is to perhaps examine the personnel records and attendance lists held by the work health and safety trainer. Then to analyse it, you could generate a full list of all the staff and compare it with the personnel and attendance records of the WHS trainer, and then you would see who has completed the training and who hasn't. Another example, to find out if the customers of our cafe would like us to open on Sundays for breakfast. So the research would be as simple as, when serving a customer, each member of staff asks if they would enjoy Sunday breakfast. And then if they say yes, they could put a tick on the yes side, and if they say no, they put a tick on the no side. And they'll get a tally of how many people want breakfast or don't want breakfast. Okay, now we're moving on to a case study, an example of running a pilot survey. You're employed by Milton Mineral Water in the marketing department and have been asked to find out which age group and gender best enjoys the new cranberry-flavoured sparkling water with added caffeine that's just been introduced onto the market. It has been decided to conduct a small pilot study before committing to a large national survey. The research objective is to identify the main population group that likes the taste of Milton's cranberry sparkling mineral water in order for the company to create an advertising plan. The strategy will be random people were approached to take part in a quick taste test at Westfield Shopping Centre, Liverpool. The research method, respondents are asked their age, and this is noted on an interview sheet along with their gender. So how old are they, and are they male or female? The new drink is offered for tasting, and a small number of questions are asked. For example, do you like the taste of the cranberry flavour? Do you find the drink refreshing? Would you consider purchasing this drink? How much would you expect to pay? Note the quantitative questions to avoid long, drawn-out interviews. And then a free sample of the drink will be given to each participant. So then you must tabulate the results of the survey. So out of the 200, we do like a little table to show what happened during the survey. So the questions were, please tick, are you male or female? And in the end, 64 males entered into the survey and 136 females. And then they're separated into age groups. The under 14s, there were 22, 14 to 17, there were 47, 18 to 21, 34, and so on. Now, to break it down even further, they tabulated the results into how many females of one age group liked the drink and how many males liked the drink. So, for instance, if we look at the under 14 age group, 22 people were under 14, and out of those, 8 females liked the drink and 2 females didn't like the drink. 5 males liked the drink and 7 males didn't like the drink. So these are ways of, trying to decide how to advertise it. So obviously males didn't like it quite as much as females, so you might perhaps target your advertising towards females more. So then you formulate the results of the pilot study and you do like a little report to explain what the tabulation ended up with. So out of a total of 200 respondents, 64 were male and 136 were female. 105 females responded positively to the drink, along with 27 males. The largest group of those who liked the taste were in the 14 to 17-year age group and female. The largest group of those who didn't like it were in the same age group and they were male. Other positive outcomes included females in the 26 to 30-year-old age group and 18 to 21-year-old age groups. So after the results have been tabulated and they formulated a report on what happened, they make recommendations. So as the results reflect only the reviews at a particular point in time at Westfield Shopping Centre, Liverpool, there is no way of really knowing if they would be the same throughout the country. So it is a recommendation that similar pilot studies be undertaken in a variety of locations at different times of the day, just to see who likes the drink and who doesn't. So let's talk again about qualitative research. Remember, in this type of research, respondents are encouraged to answer open-ended questions which require more thought. These questions generally begin with who, what, why, where, and when. Examples are, what kind of information on the project are you looking for? What is it you want to know about our products? What would you like to know about this topic? What do you mean by I don't understand? Would you tell me more about your holiday? What else can you tell me that might help us locate materials? All examples of open-ended questions requiring more than a yes or no answer. So let's look at another scenario, a qualitative survey. At a later date, you decide to ask more in-depth questions about Milton's cranberry-flavoured sparkling water with added caffeine. Examples of qualitative questions that could be asked are, why would you buy this mineral water? And how often do you think you would drink it? If you could change anything about the bottle, what would it be? And of course, just some quick example answers. Why would or wouldn't you buy this mineral water? They might say, because I like the taste, or it's fruity and has a light sparkle to it. And someone might say, I don't like cranberries. How often would you drink it? I'd probably drink it every day, perhaps with my lunch, or I wouldn't drink it at all. If you could change anything about the bottle, I think a picture of a cranberry would look good on the bottle, maybe a longer neck, or I like it as it is. Now, of course, analysing the data is a bit more difficult because all the answers could be completely different, but generally there's a common vein. The best method is to find key words and concepts and tally how often they appear. So obviously the answers on the previous slide are just a few of what would have been obtained in a survey. So the keywords or question, why, you'd have 20 with a positive result, 5 with a negative, and the positive aspects, the key words could be taste, sparkle, colour, and the negative aspects, cranberries, because they don't like them, or the drink's too sparkly. How often would they drink the drink? 15 responded positively and 10 negatively. 15 said daily and 10 said not very often. And would you change the bottle? 12 said no, they think it's fantastic already. 7 were negative. The positive is I like it as it is, and the negative, too stubby or needs some colour or other answers just like that. Okay, we'll finish off this presentation with the class task. I want you to download the question sheet from the shared drive with the file name quantitative and qualitative and answer the questions. Save the file as QSA and your name and email it to me or to your instructor. At the bottom of that task, there will be instructions for the next task. Thank you.